Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Raihan, and now you're listening to Codevcast. Today episode we have another special guest. This person is really amazing.
Uh,
He is one senior developer and also founder, organizer, one of the biggest JavaScript conference in the world. So without waiting further ado, let's welcoming Aris in here. Hello Aris, how are you?
Hello, my man. How are you doing?
Good, 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 good. How's everything? Yeah, how's the in London?
I'm not in London right now, believe it or not. I'm
Oh,
in
really?
Greece. Yes,
All right.
and it's very hot, 36 degrees.
Okay. Yeah, like, everywhere is pretty hot right now. So we're going to like want to know about the story how you start with the conference you manage. Uh, Maybe everyone already know, and some of them maybe haven't know about yet, not heard about it. So Arius running conference CityJS is all over the world, and before we like starting with the story from CityJS conference you built in the first place, I want to know like the brief background of your like educations maybe and how you jump in programming in the first place. So yeah, maybe you can introduce to our listener first out there.
So I am Aris. I am a developer like you are, and I've been a developer for a long time. And in the beginning, I worked in educational departments in London and in universities. And then after that, I started working in corporate companies like BT, which is British Telecom. And in the past few years, I've been working with consultancies. And so I started as a developer. And while I was working for BT, my colleagues and I, we were going a lot to meetups. So there used to be something like a meetup like we had found called JS Monthly, and we were going like as a group after work. The sort of environment of the company was very nice because we were able to all of us go after work for drinks or for meetups or we were like hanging around. So we were going to that meetup called JS Monthly, and we were going to that meetup. And at some point, we start hosting the meetup in our company. And at which point, I really loved the meetup, and I realized that it's a nice thing to do as a volunteering, as giving back to the community. So there was someone organizing the meetup called Guy, and Guy was organizing JS Monthly. But Guy decided to leave London and he wanted to go back to Israel. So he gave me JS Monthly. So I started running JS Monthly. And it was me and another guy. His name was Milos. And me and Milos, we were running JS Monthly in London. One day we went to another meetup and we found uh, Kyle Simpson. And he was speaking in that other meetup. And I thought, I would like to have Kyle Simpson to speak at my meetup. But Kyle wanted to come and speak in a conference. There are some speakers that you can find them in conferences, but you cannot really find them in meetups. So he told me, if you want me to come to your meetup, you need to make a conference. So at the same time, I was working for City University as a lecturer, and I spoke with some other communities in London, and we thought, okay, how do we do this conference? And one guy asked me, like, how do we call it? And I was thinking, how do we call it? What name should I use? And because I was teaching at City University, I call it CityJS. So we started, Kyle, he hasn't confirmed yet. We start with finding the venue, and we have Dylan Seaman who runs Halfstack. Uh, and we said, okay, let's start with the conference, and we can then do we can get Kyle after. So at some point, I managed to convince Kyle, and Kyle said, okay, I'm going to come to the conference. So Dylan and Kyle, they were going to do like a debate between themselves about TypeScript and JavaScript, that it was going to be the starting kind of point of the conference. So this is like the full story.
So back then, it's like, do you have like target audience? Like you lecture in university, maybe the target audience is the student there, or?
We had some students, but we had a big community of JavaScript developers. And so we had the targeted audience was the community, and the conference was very community-like.
Ah, I see. So, do you still remember like what the first and then after the first topic about that? I mean, about when you present in the first CityJS conference or in the meetup.
Uh, the first CityJS conference was held in in the university that I was teaching, and we had a lot of really good and very well-known speakers. Um, for example, Kadi Kraman, that he works for now for what's called Expo. You know, the company that does React Native, and a lot of other like really good speakers, very famous ones. So yeah, that was there was a lot of that, but that's now 2018. So in 2 years we will have
So it
it
was
our
back
10 years and
in London, right? Or
yeah,
in London. So yeah, and Aris is actually from Greece, right?
yeah. I'm Greek and
Originally.
I live in London. Yeah.
All right, all right. So that's interesting. I mean, like, I know you, I want to know about more you right now. It's like, are you like working or study the computer science first back in
I
university?
started like I started with studying like computer engineering. So I even did soldering circuits, you know. But that wasn't my thing. I prefer to be like a software engineer. So I fell in love with Java, and I was coding in Java in the beginning, and then everything was really web. So I went to web engineering, let's say. So I've been, you know, doing .NET. I've been doing I've done PHP. I've done, but then all these kind of frameworks came around. So I started doing Angular, React, Vue, everything. So I mean, my perception is more of what the customer needs, and you know, then if there is a demand, how you build a system more effectively. So there's like a lot of solutions. You just have to pick one that works the best with the client. And so the last, you know, 6, 7 years, I've been working with consultancies and with some small breaks with some startups. But yeah, pretty much that.
All right, so you must be really facing like really so many changes in the past. Like right now in AI era, some like the way we're changing the how the coding works. Maybe in the past you need to like really to solve yourself to on your problems. How you like see the difference like now?
It's changing a lot. And I mean, from jQuery to React and to all these frameworks, that was a big shift. And the way that, but at that point, you still have to code a lot. But the main kind of thing is that the expectations is that we code fast and we deliver fast. And jQuery was quite a really good tool or like a library or a tool. I don't know. So it was quite a good framework, that one, jQuery, right? And then from shifting from a framework to or a library, I think more like a library, to going to like frameworks like React or Angular. That was a kind of shift. And every time you have a shift change, people um, sort of have to they change their position. The positions are changed. So if you are very good at using jQuery, now you're nothing. Now you need to be someone, you need to know that framework. You need to know how it works. Once you know how that works, then you're senior again. So every time you're something like this was coming, you drop. You have to pick up again yourself. You have to get yourself back where you have to establish yourself with the new change. So at this point, we're sort of re-establishing ourselves because now, even if you know React, it doesn't mean anything. It might, but if you have to know the new tools, the new AI era means that you need to re-establish yourself. You need to go through what has changed, and you need to be really good at that very, very quick because the demand is very high for that. So from a React engineer, a lot of people now they're AI engineers. So we have to find what is an AI engineer? What does it need to know? Do I need to know Python now? What do I need to know? And then because now Claude and all these tools, they can do things quite fast. What is my role in this? Who am I? Am I a developer? Or what am I? How can I be useful again? So this is kind of the questions that we need to answer, you know. So you need to start learning again new tools, new things to establish yourself again in the new era. And this is what we're trying to do with CityJS Athens, which is our next and upcoming conference, is like bring all the people here to get people to understand what they need to do to be useful again under the chains of sin. So yeah, this is what it is.
Yes, exactly. I mean, I agree with you. Like, you need to embrace with the technology these days. I mean, you can leverage the AI. Still, yeah, need to learn about the tools. Maybe some days the features also changes again. And about the, you mentioned will have another conference in like next month, right? To
We have another conference in October, October 21 to 23. Um, the topic of that is mainly JavaScript in the AI world. So CityJS is more or less transforming into more like an AI conference. It could be called City AI, but yeah, it's mainly for JavaScript developers that transform into AI engineers.
Yeah, I see. So back to the community or the conference, the CityJS, you running the community meetups like in like unglamorous work. What keeps you doing it after all these years? I mean, uh,
Well, I think I love a lot the community and I love like people like you, for example. So I like to be with people. I like to code, but I like to be with people more than that. And so I like to give to people and you know the community feels like the kind of real thing and how I can see people progressing. So all these kind of
yes.
speakers that we had in the first conference, they now have progressed to be amazing developers, amazing people that contribute in the open source community. So over the years, the conference has been a source of collaboration between speakers and between open source community contributors. So in a way, it has been supporting the ecosystem. And the same thing right now. It's providing a lot of information to people how to progress with their careers and how they can keep going. So the same thing for me, it's being an educator, being a facilitator of a community.
Yes, it's like second home for you, like.
Of course, or it could be my main home if more support, more tickets, more sponsors.
So you've been like few years in like many years like started the organization, events, conference. I mean, what you see in the community that really changed since you started the organizing in the first place?
Um, at the moment, I don't know. Like I think there's kind of a shift. There's always has been a struggle. Um, During the pandemic, the struggle was like I remember when I had to drop the event because of the pandemic, but with every struggle there is an opportunity. So I had to shift all the events to virtual events, which grown up CityJS quite a lot. There were so many speakers around the world. And then eventually that made the conference travel around the world. That's how we met. And eventually, so with every struggle, every kind of problem that I get, because we're engineers, we have to come with a solution. So um, I love, bringing solutions and getting things round for the community. Right now, there seems to be a problem with people maybe finding jobs because AI is coming in. So there's kind of a shift. So for me, is to create events for where people can talk, they can discuss, they can understand the situation of where we are coming to, and then they can help themselves to get into the next step. Because if you sit somewhere on your own, you won't find a solution. But if you sit with a lot of people together, you might get a solution easier. The more heads, the better, I think. So it's good for people to come to the community and express themselves, finding what are the solutions, and try it all together to find, to see where we are, where are we going, um, and how we can get into the new era. Because it's the beginning, but you need to stay close. You need to stay close to the changes that they are coming. And you
Yes.
need to be the first to know what is changing. So how you will do that? You will do by attending conferences. So this is the kind of thing that has been going on forever, you know. And this is what we are trying to achieve through the conferences. Um, but as an engineer, also me, I have to keep studying. learning new things, new tricks. So it's all about tricks that you get so you can give it back to work. You can give back to an employer. You can pass it to the enterprise. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I've been to CityJS as well, like 2 times as a speaker, and one more time like last year, this year, right? This year in
Yeah, as an
Singapore,
organizer.
uh, and helping Aris. It's really awesome, to get involved with the community, to stay updated with the community, especially in JavaScript. If you're a JS fanboy, everyone, you need to stay updated with the latest update from the technology, from the community, from developers to developers. So right now the CityJS have like 6 city, right?
Mhm.
It's more than
Right now, we are focusing mainly on Athens and London, but we this year we did events in Singapore and we did events in India. So um, some other we have a community running in Lagos as well, but they have I don't know if they will do a conference this year. I don't think so. But the community there is alive. They do meetups, I think, at the moment. So yeah, there is some stuff going on as well.
so if anyone want to know about more about the CityJS, where need to visit cityjs.org or something.
If anyone wants to join CityJS, they have to come to our website and see what are the next events. I do plan more events for this year, and the website is like cityjsconf.org,
All right.
and that's our website. And possibly when you do the video, you can just put like you can check
Yes, it
here.
will in
Yeah.
here, can see. So
Yeah.
like people are like junior developers really shy, to in the first place to to join the community, to see what's going on in the conference. Is there any advice for them, like what's need to yeah, like for the junior developers? Uh,
I didn't mention, but we do have a YouTube channel where people can see a lot of our old videos. So it's good to subscribe to that to our YouTube channel. We have a lot of going on. Like we have an Twitter account. We have I don't call it X. We have a lot of ways. So the best thing for people to do is to subscribe to us, and so they get like when a conference is finished, we do publish a lot of the videos for free for people. So it's good for you to get like free kind of advice from us. Um, and you never know. We might be near your city and you can visit us and you can attend our conferences. So, but there's so many ways. For example, you can come to the event, you can attend the YouTube videos. We have like a channel for that. So yeah, there's a lot of ways of you can reach to us. You can go to the social media, you can send us messages. But yeah, if you subscribe to our newsletter list that we have, there's so many ways. Yeah.
Amazing. Like if you like get in real in real life in real conference, you will get like fantastic food, the good vibes with other developers as well. Yeah. So from where you see it, like teaching, organizing, coding, if you see the trend, the development right now, what do you think? Like is overhyped, underhyped?
I
Beside
think
regarding the AI
I
stuff.
don't know. I think there was maybe there was like a sort of bubble, but you know, there was like a high demand of building a lot of websites, building a lot of information. Um, so yeah, there was a lot going on in the web, and with AI, things have changed a little bit. But then the problem with the costs came up. So maybe the companies will need more people to build the websites, but that means that people they still need to know the basics. They need to be able to answer questions because AI does quite a lot for us, but you need to be able to understand what it does. So, we are going faster, but doesn't mean that. So people they need to attend conferences, they need to come to us, they need to study. It's all still in the play. So that you need to do everything. So yeah, um, that's what my advice is. Like you don't stop. You need to continue doing what you are doing,
Exactly.
but you can use these are kind of tools. So you need to use the tools to get yourself faster, but you still need to know what AI is doing, you know?
Yes, exactly. And in CTGS also brought the AI topics right now currently, right? And yeah, you can like see the topic that in the past in the CTGS site there's some AI integration in JavaScript, etc. So yeah, and
Yeah, like web MCP, MCP, all of this kind of like new keywords coming into play.
yes, yes. So looking back, looking back like at your 10 years, yeah, almost like plus 10-year plus of teaching community, what's the moment that remind you why you doing all of this?
Um, I mean, for me, the moment I like to give you like what would you like to tell you? Like I still remind me of people, being with people and enjoying the great times. Even after we finish the event, we go to a place to have a drink. But being with people, that's all my memories are like from place to place. Like. And and enjoying the different kind of cultures that they have, but engaging with developers around the world and understanding kind of what they go through and what we go through and understanding that it's all the same around the world. So it's not because we're building all the same software. So
Yes.
it doesn't
That,
change.
yeah, so the connecting people is the most thing like you really like it, right? One of the moment you like it. Connecting people with new people, meet people.
Yeah, and then you have people coming from, like I had this year, people coming from Europe all the way to Singapore. So we had teams from Lithuania, teams from Holland, and one of our guys that lives in Czech Republic, he came to Singapore. So you can see that there are people that travel with CityJS. So basically, CityJS is like a conveyor to bring people from city to city. And this is the kind of magic of it. After all this year, I could see that because they know in Europe CityJS, they see that CityJS does in Singapore. So they think, oh, maybe I could go to Singapore too. So they see it as a trip and as a way of educating themselves. So yeah, it's a great opportunity. So we are, we want more newcomers, they're welcome. So if, even if it's your first time or thinking of attending our event, we want people to come and connect with a network. So yeah, it is for us great to see new faces around the world, you know. So that's what it is.
All right, yeah, this is awesome. So time flies. I'm really, I wish we have more times, but yeah, maybe we can do another episode. Uh, this is the last question. What's next for you, like CTJS teaching or something new?
The next thing maybe is like Raihan comes to another event, right? No.
So maybe like you will build the new city, maybe like choose the another city.
We choose a city in Indonesia.
Yeah, I don't know, like Jakarta,
Yeah.
Bali. Yeah, Bandung is for my place. It's really great for the community. Uh, yeah, I mean, let's see, like,
I do have a big respect for Indonesia and the people after meeting you, and you know, I do want to express my love for you guys. You've always been there, and I appreciate your efforts. So yeah, the next big thing is like transforming all these kind of communities that we built in the past, helping them to come to this new AI era, keeping JavaScript in our hearts. But yeah, keep going on, and keep building, and keep getting this kind of like great people like you around to shine and conquer, you know. So this is what it's all about.
amazing. So yeah, if anyone wants to learn more about the CTJS, we will put the link in here and CTJSconference.org. All right, that's it, guys. Our episode today. See you in the next episode. Thank you and have a good day. Bye.